Hello and welcome to Let's Translate. In this class, I will be going over the lyrics from the song The Day by Porno Graffitti. It was featured in the anime Boku no Hero Academia. So as we go along, it's going to be in this format. As you can see up on the top, we have the kanji, and then we got the furigana on top of them. And if you can't read the kanji or kana, I also have the romaji for you guys, and the English will be right here. But if you can't read hiragana and you are super serious about learning Japanese, that is definitely where I recommend you start. And also, as you can see, we have all the words broken out with their definitions and the different grammar forms going on here as well. So, first off, we have this. Shizuke-sa ga shimikomu you de iki o tometa gouzen goji. That is Shizuketsu. The Shizuketsa, the stillness, the silence, and ga makes that the subject. And then shimikomu is to soak or to permeate. And yode is like appearing or like that. So it's like a permeating stillness. And then iki, your breath, and o makes that the direct object. And then tometa is the past form of tomeru, which is to stop or to turn off. So that's like stopped. So your breath stopped, like. And then to make the past form, that's an ichiran ru ending verb. So you just change that ru to a ta. So our tomeru becomes tometa. So iki o tometa is your breath stopped. And gozen is in the morning, like AM. And then go is 5 and ji is like a clock. So gozen go ji all together. It's 5 in the morning. Japanese usually does use like military time with the 24 hours, but they do have gozen for AM and go for PM, so you can still do that. The next verse we have Hijou kaidan de tsume o kamu ashita wa dochita. So hijou kaidan is the emergency staircase or emergency stairs, and like hijou here is the emergency, and then the kaidan is the stairs, or it could just be like the emergency exit, that kind of concept. And then de is marking the location, so at those emergency stairs. You get tsume is your nail, like your fingernail. And then o makes that the direct object. And then kamu is to bite. So tsumi o kamu is to bite your nails. So you're biting your nails by the emergency exit. And then ashita is tomorrow, and wa makes that the topic of the sentence. And dochi is like which way or which where, which direction. So like where is tomorrow? And then da is declarative. So it's like you're biting your nails, standing by the emergency exit. Which way is tomorrow? Don't know. The next verse we have is Keshite akenai yoru mo furi tsuzukete yamanai ame mo. So this keshite, and this te form is linking it to akenai. So this is like all together. But this keshite is the te form of kes, which is like to erase or to delete, and to make it to its te form, that su changes to shite, so kes becomes keshite, and then that links it to our akenai, which is the negative form of akeru, which is to dawn or to grow light, and to make that negative, that ru from the ichidan verb becomes nai, so akeru becomes akenai. So this is a never dawning, and it's describing yoru, which is night. So a never-ending night. And then mo means also, but we have this special thing right here because we have two like mo's right here. So if you have like noun, mo, plus another noun, plus another mo, it means both of those things equally. Next we have our furi tsuzukete, which is the potential te form of furi tsuzuku, which is to continue to rain or to snow. And to make it potential, that ku changes to keru. So that tsuzuku becomes tsuzukeru. And then we make it te by removing that nuru to make it to a te. So furi tsuzuku becomes our furi tsuzukeru, becomes our furi tsuzukete. And then that's yamanai is like always or forever. Like it's after this te form, these are linked together. So like kind of always continuing to rain. So it's rain that never ceases to rain. And then mo is equally. So equally nights that never stop and rain that never stops raining. Next verse we have is kono roku demo nai sekai ni wa aru n da yo. So kono is this, and roku demo nai is good for nothing, worthless, and sekai is world. So these are like together, this worthless world, and niwa is in regard to this worthless world. Aru, it exists. And nda, it's just kind of like adding an explanatory tone. It's like, it is a fact that this world exists. That's not great. And then yo is adding emphasis. And then next we have sukoshi hen de wa nai no madoromi ni ashi o torareteiru. So sukoshi ni mo is anything like just a little bit, and hen is strange or odd, and de wa nai is like it's not, and then this no is adding that explanatory tone. So it's like, you know, it's explaining something, it's explaining that it's not even a little bit strange. And then this madoromi is to snooze or doze off, and then ni is like in a daze or in sleeping while you're sleeping, and then this ashi is your foot or your leg. O makes that the direct object, and then we have torareteiru, which is the passive teiru form of toru, which is to take or to harvest. So passive is like to be done by someone or something, so it's like your leg is being taken up by someone, or just you're taking up your leg here. And that is a godan nu ending verb. So you change that u-based ending to its a-based ending and then add on neiru. So toru becomes torareru. And then to make it to its teiru form, which is very similar like to the English gerund form. So you're like in that state, you're doing that thing. You take that nuru that you added on and you change it to teiru. So toru becomes torareru, becomes our torareteiru. And also we don't have an e right here, so that means it's casual. It's shortened to the teiru in plain speech, but if you added e here, it'd be a little bit more polite. So it's like, it's not strange at all that you're kind of like picking up your leg, you're tripping over your leg while you're like in a daze. Next we have, anata o semeteiru wake janai n da yo. So anata is you, and o makes that the direct object. And then our semeteiru is the teiru form of semeru, which is to blame or to condemn or to criticize. And that is an ichiran-ru ending verb. So you'd make it te just by switching out that ru to a te, then you add on the iru. So semeru becomes semeteiru, and that's like, again, you're like the English gerund, you're in that state, you're doing that blaming. So, and then this wake janai together means like it's not, that's not what I'm doing. Like wake kind of means like reason, and janai means like it isn't. And then nda again, it's like just explaining like that's how it is. And then yo is just adding emphasis. So the fact of the matter is, it's not that I'm condemning you. So our next one here we have hitori kuso ni asobu soko de omoe egaita koto made hajiru no kai. So hitori is one person, and kuso is like a daydream or a fantasy. Hitori can also mean like alone, it is alone in here. And then ni is marking the location, so it's in this fantasy all by yourself. And asobu is like to play, to have a good time. And soko de is there. And then we have this omoi egaita is the past form of omoi egaku, which is to imagine or to picture. And that is the past form, so this ku ending is changing to ita. So omoi egaku becomes omoi egaita. And this is interesting, like it's a combination of omou, which is to think or to consider, and egaku, which is like to paint or to draw. So it's kind of like painting with your thoughts, this imagining. And then koto nominalizes it. It's like the thing of imagined, like the stuff you imagined there when you're playing alone in your dream. Like mare is even, or as much, or how much. And then hajiru is to feel ashamed. And then no here is emphasis. And kai, this is marking a yes or no question. If you've heard of the ka question marker, it's very similar to that. But instead of ka, which just marks it as any kind of question, this specifically is asking for a yes or no answer. So since it's more direct, it's less polite. So altogether is like, are you ashamed of the things that you imagined in that dream, like in your dream all by yourself? So our next verse we have karami au, make you, sore demo iku to iu no. So karami au is like to be entangled or intertwined, and then make you is like a labyrinth or a maze, and then sore demo, even still, iku is to go, and toyu is it's like kind of said, it's like kind of making it kind of quotes here, like to say that you'll go, and then no is asking a question. So like this is like it's an entangled maze, but even though it's like all amazing, it's crappy, you'll say that you'll go. It's asking a question. For our next verse, we have chisai tabibito ga kanaderu hajimari no kane no oto. So chisai is little, tabibito is a traveler, so a small traveler, and ga makes him the topic of the sentence. And then kanaderu is to play an instrument, so he's playing something. And then hajimari is the beginning or the origin. And then no is linking that to kane, which is bell. Another no is linking that to oto, which is sound. So like the beginning bell, or kind of like the starting bell, like the beginning of a match. And then the sounds, like the sound of the starting bell, the little guy is playing. Next verse here we have iku, atemo, dono. It's like dono. Honto wa koai n janai no. So iku is to go. And then ate is an aim or an objective. And then mo is even. And then we'd have don't know right here. So like, even if you don't know what your aim is, like where you're aiming to go. And then hanto is truth or really. And then wa makes that the topic. And then kawaii is scary. And then here is like, it's an abbreviation for no. It's like adding an explanatory tone. It's like, it's the fact that it's scary. And then janai is saying it's not. This is kind of like a double negative though. It's like, it's not that you're scared, right? And then this no makes it into a question. So like, even though you don't like really know where you're going, isn't that really scary? Aren't you scared? Are you sure you're not scared? So our next one, we have fumidasu sono ippo ippo ga kaete ikeru sa. So fumidasu is to step forward, to go forth, to advance. And then sono is that. Then ippo ippo is like step by step, one step at a time. So it's kind of like stepping forward like that. And then ga makes that the subject, so you're kind of going forward. And we have our kaete ikeru, which is the teiku potential form of kaeru, which is to change or to alter. So it's like you're kind of able to change. We first make that to this teiku form. This is an ichidan do verb. So for the te form, that do changes to te, and then you add on iku, so kaeru becomes kaeteiku. And then we're gonna make that potential, which means you can do that. So that ku, that u-based ending, is changing to its a-based ending, and then you're adding on do. So kaeru becomes kaeteiku, becomes kaeteikeru. So like the this iku is like you're going to, or you're doing it right now, and this means you can. So it's like you're going to be able to change. This whole thing. Like, so if you kind of keep stepping forward, or like with each step that you take, you'll be able to change. And this sa is just kind of adding emphasis, assertion. It's a little manly. This is a manly song. Let me see. Next up. This is the end of today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, learned a little bit, and I will see you guys in the next one. Please like, subscribe. Matane. We'll be going over the rest in part 2. See you then.